Hey guys, so tonight is AEW Dynamite. So I'll go with 9 out of 10. So AEW was a really good show tonight. So if you want to subscribe in this channel right here to my page. So you can add it. I'm going to do a couple more ads and just YouTube a commercial free. It's no as a cost. So you get any members and any membership if you want to subscribe right here. So you can put my notification below. So it's going live right here. So we got TBS Championship match. It's all online. They got Buddy Starks goes 1-on-1 against Mercedes Moné. After Mercedes Moné found a dangerous silence to hold TBS Championship in Buddy Starks, after who Leslie pushed her to her limit. After a minute fall was the dinosaur that CEO called her with the statement maker was a submissive win. After the build to this match, there was a few awkward backstage. Mentioned with just announcements, but a match itself. After was vocally, quote, it was so good. After it was one of the best women's matches on division on Dynamite in a while. And just the process of chemistry between Monet, CEO, and Brody Starks to be impossible. Yep, thanks for the comment, guys. So let me check here. Yeah. My name Buddy Starks to be responsible for some even. So what if the real gold after was to intimidate presence of CEO and Athena closer together. After for those that do not watch a Ring of Honor, this was a great reintroducing to Buddy Starks. After who will be in flight. Oh yeah, so with the story about wrestling story, it was a really good show for on Dynamite. It's put on this is not just bookings. It's just AJ Dynamite wants to booking this match because Tony Khan should be booking this match. So I bet Tony Khan should be booking this match for the women's division. I think with the story with Tony Khan said. So Andrew will be in another part of the AEW women's division down to a line. Into the fans now wait with Bastard Breathe. Andrew breathing for when the always women's world champion has arrived to and set up and won the biggest dream matches in AEW history. Into and the winner of this match is CEO Mercedes Moné. After AEW is a hype video for Brody Starks ahead of her title match, and it was showcasing her to all rates. Into resources. After that CEO and Dunk aside to revive into Brody Starks, but into the dinosaur hit her with a thunder bomb to the floor, followed by over into the ring for a near fall. Into Brody Starks is taking every chance he can to win the TBS Championship gold, I think. And Tony Schiavone called out that a lot of Buddy Starks is 20 years old, and this was her 500th long career match. Seven years ago? Yeah, I'll say about 7 years ago, I think. So thanks for the comment on that. Thank you. And Buddy Starks knocked out the CEO with a bottle smash onto the top turnbuckle and followed by a mystic seal onto our Monet, but he got her foot on into the ropes. Into later Monet Piquet in his interview backstage said CEO, who mocked the Buddy Starks mentor. In next match, we got AEW, the World Championship Street Fight match. So we got Jon Moxley, we take on Cope. And Jon Moxley and Cope wasn't eased or until such that Wells arrived. Oh wow. Yeah, thanks for the comment. Yeah, I'll just keep reading your comment. You guys want to say something on this channel. So, I think today was surprised that Red R Superstar sent Red Hooded to a powerbomb table, and then FTR took out Cody Category Impact. So, until Miz Field came out, was it to say, but until Renata took her down and kept champion, the strategy Cope for Nick Wayne from Nick Wayne. And followed by a bully soak was a knockout win by Moxley. Also afterward, and Dax Howard refused to help Cope up and walked out. He was leaving only Cass Whittle and Renata to shake on him. Okay, so this is what strange when Dax Howard to walk out and he did it backstage. He was to turn on Cope. I don't know what's going on with Dax Howard. I think. So, I think it was posted early on that this was the format these two. Anderson have gone with Addison, even whether it was never going to compete with that card. And he just was so far more interesting of this. Out of these two men, it was blown out and put out a lot of collisions of weapons to hurt each other. And they kept a steady pace without innocent physical damage of the brawl. Anderson, a back shot at Spike, is one of the most prominent spots in AEW has ever allowed. It is not working for many. It was really hard to watch this match. So between when this wrestler like hit Moxley hit a spike on his back, that is the worst thing ever I've never seen before. I watched that show before, but when I've been watching this, where I'm coming from. Oh yeah, when I watched clip on my live show, every time I've been watching this, it was very distracted, I think. So I watched the referee help remove it from Moxley. I just influence was over the top, but I just basically say why to he may have not been able to make it to travel into FTO team to tease Tony Hill. After we spoke with Dax Hall, it was more surprising seeing him marked out on Cope and Oval on the Sporting Kingdom on the cruising from last Saturday, I think, or two. So after overall this was a scaffold into this story, I think that will likely be forgotten for the most part in a couple of months has bigger favorites to step up to next series of Moxley and the winner of this match is the Moxley won this match for AEW retain the AEW World Championship match. Into Cope started this fight in the parking lot. He was born with a Serbian a producing truck and Moxley blasted Cope with a pumpkin sift on the announce table. Into before the contest headed to commence the break. Into Prince Nana was watching backstage without Stiglin, who was still recovering from Moxley's attack on the cruising last Saturday. Into Cope was bombing Moxley with bite and then simplex him onto as a weapon struck to the recipient's back. Into between the video packets of the whole certificate to permit to continue into pre-tape packets. So speaking of MCF, a promo in the backstage area, he said, "Are we promising an answer to MVP next week?" About also warning that he was coming after the AEW World Championship. Next match, where Ospreay goes 1-on-1 against AF Fox. Into after it was showing from AF Fox, into where Ospreay did a full vicious blast and hit the hanging blade for the victory. After it is possible, the announcer plan was for Ospreay to stay out of the ring for a while along with two sets of damage from the staircase match. Like, I say, Carl Foxel, I think. Possibly, I think, yeah. It did closely work like he was still holding a most. He was struggling to keep up with his opponent. After it was fun match and for Ospreay, who was not had enough of those recorded with the focus on deep falling on the big moments. It was nice to just see him fought against a Capello. He was looking to level up by working with him. I think this was mostly some witness match of the night. I did real statement for it was this match, but it was also speaks to the quality of the Dynamite card this week. And the winner of this match is Will Ospreay. Into Will Ospreay and Fox trade off a hint scandal that was accounted to colors and keep ups and Sony did a small into Fox struck a hand blade, then hit a collar. The two bottom round, so the collar ending with Fox hitting a top rope. After when they picked it at backstage to interview with him and Adam Page, So he said, I will be announced. He will sign the Owen Hart of the Dodgers tournament about warning to Sports Strickland that he will not let him be a men's World Series again. That's what he said at backstage. So until him and Adam pays his flights and sit on the Owen Hart for the Dodgers Cup tournament. In next match, we got Chris Stenendo goes one-on-one against Megan Bang. After a roll of powerhouse, Megan Bang to Chris Stenendo into Tony Storm aside, and then hit Hull with the fate, just onto the floor in the way to win. Megan Bang throws Chris Stenendo into topless Tony Storm. After the whistle, Tony Storm tapped her right fist and brought with it. When the forces broke it up, and just the topless one grabbed a mic and it says Megan Bang for a AEW Dynasty into April 6th. And it is real to see the women's main event and AEW sparkly with the AEW World Championship match, or it just could have been the policy for not letting the women's main event at re-adoration. Into Chris Stenendo and Megan Bang could work with the bosses of the spot, and this was better about the fourth class. Andrew was already good on its own mental. Andrew impulsing these two fall down the stretch, hitting big strikes and throw back and forth to seal. Andrew how close they all in tones with a good talent and will. As a women's saw more opportunities in opportunities. I need to assign like this, it was a hard fence to get so that Silver a rising star. I was giving Megan Bang a more lusty victory over Chris Stenendo that the Mariners could totally be threat to Tony Storm at the Dynasty. I think it is more likely that Storm will be the force to hit her lose, but it will be a massive statement for AEW to give Megan Bang the world title so very soon into her AEW longest one. And the winner of this match is Megan Bang. Tony Storm showing a community seat, pointing out Megan Bang has remained, quote, I just look for an AEW possibly teasing a big promo assessment and was coming forth into probably forward. First got involved, distracted, questioning and set up, Megan Bang to knock her off, said the top rope. I didn't see trap Cristiano later she got thrown out. And just Cristiano it Megan Bang into a Clemens simplex and kept stepping back up to keep fighting. It overall so. Afterward, AEW has struggled recording to film the perfect balance of axes and promos on Dynamite. Adding a limit roster wasn't so easy this week. And it just felt like a pay-per-view level show, mostly on every single match with plenty of time given to anyone. And just a promo assessment where it kept just a backstage area to focus on what made each match on the night special. So we got the full four-way was a lot of fun. We began to finish with Mercedes Moné found a great pull in Buddy Starks, who she pushed to one of her best ever performance. Into the AEW World Championship street fight was in Bossy Bonnet followed Sapto for Cope into the Moxley unit wherever set a shot with Spike and Connie to Drew and Cornerstone. Into where Ospreay had set followed match also a night of fun to keep the asses rolling and let Aga Fox just let it sign for the event. Into Chris Stenando pull out a whole best office to put over Maggie Bang has a new Josh Smith Force into women's division, setting to the stage for it class with Tony Storm, and this was a night to remember that set a two world title match, exciting a national championship class for Dynasty is at the same time. So it was a good show tonight. It's not too bad. It was a really good show. So maybe Sick here, maybe more here. Give me 1 second here, guys. Let me go back. So I'll put it on the screen here. You guys want to see this? So I had a new computer right now into my old one. I'll just get rid of that. I will click on the votes into when I get done here. So let me put it on the screen here. You want to see this? So this was amazing of that. Of Tony Storm and Thomas. So this was amazing. So he's ready to say at the backstage exclusive interview. I think what he said. So this Mercedes Moné got announced on Dynamite and the All Inclusive on the same tape. I think. See that right there? That's a disgusting mess. So we got for tomorrow night is be TNA Impact tomorrow night. Be asked by Elegance and Handful. So it was a great match for the night. It's CM Punk. So we're just between Ring of Honor a match. We got Commando versus Dark. So it was a good match. So there's a new one. It'll be Gabe Kidd. It'll be going to Bloodsport. It'll be on Thursday, April 17th. So let me check here, guys. A quick one. Let me double check. Oh yeah. So between with Mercedes Moné will be on Friday on May 9th. Regardless. So this is gonna be a new match for her opportunity. Let's go, Cam. So, do you remember this man? Um, he was to be signed to WWE Lesnar still. His name is MACR. No, MARCMERO. Going to resign to WWE. I think. So let me check here. I'll be wrapping up in a few seconds. So let me check on the AEW announcement roster. So give me 1 second. So last time I've been checking on the current roster. I think. So let me check here. So let me put it on the screen here. You guys want to see this a minute? Hold on. So last time between with Ace Styles, he was his form is from Minnesota. That's where he from. I think where he is. So I haven't heard from I haven't seen. Oh yeah, Drew McIntyre was on Friday Night SmackDown this coming Friday. So that his KO is on announcement roster now. This is Hardy, Sammy Boss. Okay, so let me put it on the screen here if you really want to see this here. I got a lot more to do for this week. So here's the announcement roster. I haven't heard from Big E since for a long time. I haven't seen him since PLE since then. And I haven't heard from Brock Lesnar yet either. He might come back or not. So what do you guys think about Brock Lesnar to come back to WWE? I think he's been out about 15, 16 months. But just part of the lawsuit against Vince McMahon. I think. So Mickey Simmons is still on A&E. I don't know why the that got removed, I think. So let me check here on this pen. So let me check here. So you got, it says WWE reported is adding a two top 3 insert from New Japan and AEW by Triple H. So let me read this a minute. After WWE may previously be adding to this already stacked roster, a number of the company sources have told the single snap of Waffle Select. After that, WWE has had its eye on the Supreme Pro Wrestling star Seth Cobb. Recording Cobb has been working Masters in New Japan this year. So, last time I haven't heard for a very long time, I think. So it made me sick. Any news? Made me sick. Oh yeah, speaking of Eddie Kingston might return sometime this week. I haven't seen Eddie Kingston, and so I say back in, hold on, let me think here. Eddie Kingston. So I haven't seen him since like back in July of 2020. Since like I haven't seen him since. So the last time I've been seeing Eddie Kingston for a very long time. I'll make you guys an update for you guys on my channel. So 80 wants to subscribe in 80 channels right here. So I've been posting a second post today. So I had 3 channels. I had my 4th channel. I've been starting in 2018. Now this year's it'd be a lot more different. I think. So it made me sick here. Are you ready for the Derby Backlash sometime in St. Louis on May 10th? I'm gonna get some tickets sometime this week. I might watch on Backlash in St. Louis. I'm from St. Louis for so very long time. I watched tons of a couple of live events. It's like Raw, SmackDown, and AEW a couple times. So it's like, this is crazy. I think it was. Hopefully. So let me take on AEW in Cornet Marshall. A minute. So it was a very long time, I think. So I was thinking about Ramadan to leave to AEW exit. I think. A mistake or not. Hopefully. Sorry about that. Hold on. So I heard from King Omega's was a good time to but there's Japan. So I'll be wrapping up here in 83 minutes. So I haven't heard from Sky Blue since, let me see, on Sky Blue. Let me check. She's been out for a long time, I think, or 2. I say 2024. I haven't seen her since. I'm hoping Sky Blue might come back. I think she is, or not. So, what do you guys think on my super chat below? On my super chat live? So, you want to comment on that? So, let me check here. Let me check on SmackDown for this Friday. Oh yeah, so we got Jerry announced a new episode of Raw and SmackDown ahead of Clash in Paris. sometime this week. So thank you for watching this today. And I will be back here. Just coming Friday. I will do it live on this Friday on Friday Night SmackDown. And so much more. Okay, so I will wrap it up right now. So have a good Wednesday. I'll see you guys Friday for Friday Night SmackDown. I will do it live right here this Friday on Friday Night SmackDown. There's so much more. And I will keep you guys update on AJ on the Collision will be on this coming this Sunday. It's a dunk slam. It's on the coast to coast. I'm gonna keep you guys update on that. So AJ the on the Collision will be here this Sunday for this week. So let me check on the screen here what date on the Collision is. Hold on. Slam dunk. Okay, so hold on. I say March 22nd and March 23rd for the slam dunk. I'll just keep you guys update on that. It'll be on Saturday. The slam dunk is Sunday on March 22nd and March 23rd. I just let you guys know. So, all the podcast in imaging, we get one globe and one sticker of the podcast imaging. There's so much more. So I will do it live on Friday Night SmackDown. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good Wednesday. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.